Hey folks, welcome to the Flipside. I am Sam, and normally, what we've been trying to do the last couple of Wednesdays is Jess has parts of her morning free. We've been doing kind of two-player games on Wednesdays. That didn't work out today. We had a lot of extra things that we had to do during her off time during the morning there, so that didn't happen today, so I'm just doing a solo mode. Normally we do solo modes on Thursday, and we'll be doing one tomorrow as well, but it's going to be at a little bit of a different time. Like today is at 2 o'clock. It's going to be at 1 o'clock tomorrow, I think, because I got to get to my son's football game that's away, so it's going to take some time to get over there. So I have to do that a little bit earlier. But, so this is a little bit of a different thing. In the past, Wednesdays have been reserved for reviews, live reviews, but we haven't done those in a while. Most of the reviews that I've been ready to do, I've been recording for the Dice Tower and putting them up over there on Wednesdays, and I just haven't been comfortable enough with any of the games here recently to do a live review of my own here. Now, what's up, Jeff? Good to see you, Ryan. Now, I will say this, normally on Tuesdays, yesterday, we do It Belongs in a Museum. And I actually had that scheduled, was ready to go, but we had a little bit of an emergency with my son, and we needed to get him to the emergency room, and that turned into an entire day. But again, that's not an apology because family's first. And so that's not an apology, but I am just saying that that's what happened yesterday. And he's cool now. He's good now. He's back to school today. All of the tests they ran came back positive and good and no worries. But it was a little scary there for a little bit. So well, we think he just had a migraine, and that was that. But it got a little sketchy there for a little bit. So that's what happened yesterday, and that's why I actually deleted the episode 62 of It Belongs in a Museum. So we'll be doing that next week. Episode 62 will happen next week. And there's just nothing I could have done about that. So that's what happened yesterday. But let's go ahead and move forward. Let's see here. All right. So what we've got going on here is we're going to be playing this game right here. It's called The Great Commission, the strategic card game. And this has a little bit of a shiny cover, so I'll use that on there like that. Good to hear he's okay. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. But this is a card game that was crowdfunded successfully, and I got my copy in yesterday, and that's a really cool thing. So we're going to go ahead and get to the table with this thing. I was able to play it while it was still going on, while the campaign was still going on, and I really enjoyed it. The birth of this game came from a graphic novel series, and I cringe even calling it that. It comes from a group called the Word for Word Bible Comic, and basically what it is, it's kind of a self-explanatory name. It is the Bible in comic book or graphic novel form, and the words that are used are word for word from the New International Version of the Bible. And so I didn't know about that comic book series until Simon, one of the co-designers of the game and the artist of the game, showed me the game, and then he said, yeah, this is a whole series of comic books that we've created. And so I kind of went all in and because these are really cool. So basically, for example, this book right here is the Book of Ruth, and you can read through the entire Book of Ruth. And one of the cool things about the Book of Ruth here was that he also gave a whole bunch of his rough draft and note pages for why he drew all of the different people and how he chose to draw them and all of that kind of stuff. He also includes a lot of the research that he did as he comes about. So all of the, some of the relevant passages that come from the book of Ruth that talk about some of the things that happen inside the book of Ruth. That's really cool. At the beginning of every book, there is a, let me just get there. Oh, come on. There is a little bit of an introduction to the book of Ruth to explain the situations and the climate and what's going on with the nation of Israel at that point and all of that kind of stuff. And so that's what these books are. And so I've so far I've read through the book of Ruth, I've read through the book of Galatians, I've read through the book of James, and so and all of these are here. There's one for the Christmas nativity, the Jonah, Esther, Joshua, Judges. Ooh, that's a big one. Look at that. Joshua, Judges, Song of Songs, Acts of the Apostles. So the book of Acts. Then you have Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Oh, that's a big one too. So this is cool stuff. I'm a Christian. I've always been very upfront about that, and this is the kind of stuff that I really enjoy. It makes, not that you need to, sometimes you need to buckle down and do it, but it makes reading the Bible. I'm very much an aesthetic person. I'm very much a visual person. So it makes reading the Bible, if I can say it this way, because I don't feel like it is a chore, but it just makes it more alive, if that makes sense. Because I can sometimes find myself falling into the trap of, okay, gotta read my Bible. And I think there's some validity to that, but I think also reading a Bible is something we should be drawn to, and this just makes me want to do it even more. And I don't think this is the be-all, end-all. I don't think this should replace your Bibles, but this is just a really cool thing. I really enjoy these, and so I went in on all of these. My wife and I really enjoy these, and also went and got the game as well. So take that for what it's worth. My son had a migraine yesterday too. No fun. Yeah, sorry, Scott. Those are horrible. I'll just say a prayer for your son. Thank you. Appreciate that, Ryan. Love good Christian themed games, so I'm excited to see this one in action. Hello, everyone. Philip Zomberg says hello, hello. Brendan versus the board. There's a new one coming in Kickstarter, so aimed towards kids' families, called Upside Down Kingdom. I saw a link to it in the Deliverance Discord. Oh, cool. I'll look that up too. I always like to see new games that are coming out that are Christian themed. I always have an interest in that. I don't always enjoy all of them, not because I dislike the theme, of course, but sometimes the mechanism just aren't what I enjoy doing. Kind of worked out for me that you were busy yesterday, as I too was in the hospital. Wife had a scheduled ankle surgery. Oh, well, hopefully she recovers from that well, and thank you. Glad all is well. Yes, glad all is well indeed. Boy, it was scary. You get to a point where you have this, I don't like telling him this because it just makes his head bigger, but a strapping, young, athletic dude that is just full of life and full of health, and he gets zonked one day. And the way in which he gets zonked is just like, okay, he is still a frail human being. And, but, God is good, and everything came back. No worries. We're pretty sure, the doctor's pretty sure it was just a really bad migraine. Maybe a little bit of dehydration in there. That's more from me, just because I know he's probably not drinking the amount of water that he needs to with all of the sweating and activity that he does at football practice. But everything is good, and God is good. And, if it happens again, God will still be good. But we are glad that he came home, and he's feeling well. He's back at school and all of that kind of stuff. So thank you for your prayers. Appreciate you. Not sure if I can post links in chat or not. All that's up is a preview page. All right, I'll look it up later on. Don't worry about posting a link or anything like that. I'll Upside Down Kingdom. I'll go check it out. All right, here we go. Let's get down to the table. This is called the Great Commission Strategic Card Game, and we will get down here and get ready. So this is what it looks like. Now, this is a mat that I purchased in addition to the game. It comes with, I don't know, does it tell you how many cards are in the deck? There's a lot of cards. It does not say how many cards are in there, but there are a good number of cards. What you see here is not all of the cards. This is just set up for a single player game. So the way you're going to do that is you're going to take the world deck. Now this is, there are basically 12 people in this deck, and there are 4 activity cards. Activity cards look like this, and we'll talk about them later on. But there are 12 people in here and 4 activity cards. Now what we're trying to do here is we're trying to outreach and win all of the cards that are in this deck. And if we do that before 2 things happen, we win. The first thing is your spirit or your church's health. If it goes down to 0, you've lost. It starts at 7. The other thing is if you need to draw another event card and you cannot, in other words, all 7 event cards have been drawn, that will also end the game. And if you still have cards in this deck, when one of those 2 things happen, you've lost. Does it actually, even if you win the last one during the actions phase, and at the end of the round you're still at 0, you still lose. So this is like, if you go down to 0 for your church's health, you lose, period. But this is the other timing mechanism of, there are 7 event cards, you draw 1 for every round, so you're going to have 7 rounds to basically get these 14 cards won, or rather, I'm sorry, 16 cards won. Okay? So that's generally the gist of it. The round is broken up into 3 different phases. There is an event phase where you turn over an event, you do what it says to do, and then you go into the actions phase. In the action, there are other things to happen in the event phase, and we'll go through those. Not all of it happens the first event phase. The second phase is the actions phase, where you have 2. You can carry out 2 church actions. Those church actions are outreach, which is where you're trying to get cards out of here. There is discernment, which is where you're trying to flip over and what do you call? You turn over one of your face down trouble cards so that you can see what it is and see how you can act against it. Then there's intercession, which is basically once you have flipped these trouble cards over, you're going to intercede for those different problems that are occurring in your church and take care of them, to discard them. There's also prayer, and prayer is going to do a couple of different things. It's going to possibly give your church more health, and it's also going to provide blessings for your church. And blessings are kind of like different kinds of cards that help you do different things. Like, for example, this one says you can equip one of your church members and gain 3 wisdom for all actions this round. So it's basically something that stays onto a person, and he basically gives you that stuff. Or it's stuff like you can play this now. Each church may remove all spiritual troubles throughout this round. So divine deliverance, intervention. So basically that's what these are all good cards, and they're very powerful cards, and they're things that can really help you out through the course. Oop, that didn't work out well. Through the course of the game. So praying is an important part of the game so that you can get these blessings, and so that you can also help with the health of your church. So that's what that is. Then you also have send. Now in a single player game, we're not going to be using this one very much, because you actually can send both activities and church members to other churches that are on the table. So that happens in a multiplayer game. It won't happen in this game because I don't have any other churches to send my stuff to. So that's not going to happen. But then you also have recovery. Recovery is basically well, before we talk about recovery, let's talk about how you use people. There's two ways that you can use the members of your church. You can basically commission them, which is just clicking them one 90-degree click. And then there are some, like the spinner here, says that you have to exhaust her to add 6 wisdom or 6 faith to an intercession action. So when you exhaust somebody, they turn all the way 180 degrees, and then you can recover them. Now, when you recover, you're basically looking at this number right here, which is face up to me. Now it's face up to you. And you can spend, if on a recovery action, you can spend up to 10 points, and you can recover up to 10 points of recovery for people that are either commissioned like this or exhausted like this. So if I spent, if I took a recovery action, there's 5 out here, I would be able to rotate him all the way up 1 click, and then I'd be able to rotate her 1 click as well. But she is still not fully ready because she has 1 more click to do. And it's important to note here, you can only recover a person once during a round. So I couldn't go, I'm going to spend 3 for him, and then I'm going to spend 4 for her and make her ready again. I can't do that because that would include 1-2 clicks. All right. So those are how you actually commission. So commissioning and exhausting are the 2 ways that you can use. Commissioning is just 1 click of 90 degrees. Exhausting is a whole 180 degrees, but then you have to click them back at 1 interval per. Now, there are some people, like this guy right here, where you can commission him to make ready 1 Gentile member, which would mean that, for example, if I had somehow exhausted this city clerk, I could commission my builder to put him all the way ready, as long as he has a resistance of 4, or I'm sorry, what is it called? Good night. A recovery of 4 or less. So that's what that little 4 on the green thing there means. So that gives you an idea of how all of these different things happen. Now, I said earlier that you get to do 2 church actions. And the actions are outreach, discernment, intercession, prayer, send, and recovery. Those are the 2 church actions. Each of your people usually have a talent that you can use for free on your turn, and some of them can also be used while you're doing an action, but it will specifically say that. None of these that are here actually have that ability. It does have, for example, the synagogue leader here says that I can commission him to reduce the resistance of Jewish people by 1 each for your next outreach. So if I'm planning on doing an outreach, I could commission him and then put together my outreach team, and every Jewish person that comes up from this pull for that outreach action would be -1 resistance. And resistance is this number right here, which basically just represents how resistant they are to the gospel. And we'll get into more of that later on as we're doing some of these actions. You're also going to have a leader of the church, and the leaders have this black border. You'll see that all of the other cards have a gray border, so that's how you can tell between a leader and just a regular person. It is possible for your leader to die. Some of the trouble cards will make that happen. Sometimes an event card, I think, will make that happen as well. If you ever don't have a leader, you can choose any of your church members to become a leader for you. So keep that in mind. You also have a location where your church is. And right now I chose Berea because I like the special ability that it gave us. It says you may discern 1 trouble for free each round, which kind of with James and Berea, that's going to make finding out what our trouble is, what kinds of trouble we have, but taking care of them is going to be something different, I think. 7 is a holy number. Brendan Villard says they are leaning into the theming. That is correct. Hello, Victoria. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. All right. The first thing that happens every round, we're just going to go ahead and get into it, is we're going to reveal the top event. So we're going to have reveal the top event, and you'll see that this is a good event. This deck, the way you make it, is that there are basically 4 kinds of events. There are good and bad early days events, and then there are also good and bad later days events. And so the bottom 4 cards are 2 good and 2 bad later days of the church, and then the top 3 are taken from 2 good and 2 bad. So it's possible for there to be 2 good and 1 bad in the top 3 cards of the deck. It's also possible for there to be 1 good and 2 bad. So there you have it. So Angelic Visitation, draw 1 world card, available immediately. Okay, so that basically means that I can just simply draw 1 card here and it becomes available immediately. So we have a slave here, and that is going to be, he gives us the ability of, slaves were present in the Bible. We all know this. So there's nothing to get offended about here. I can exhaust this guy to add 1 to a numerical value and of one member's talent text. So for example, if I wanted to, I could exhaust him to, when I commission the scribe, to give 5 wisdom for 1 action in any church instead of just 4. So that's pretty cool. So we're already 1 more to winning. So that's good. So we're going to go ahead and put this right here. Now, that was the end of the event phase. Other things that would happen in the event phase is that we would recover leaders 1 click clockwise. So let's say that I'm going to do it right now at the beginning of my phase, but I'm going to go ahead and click James here because his apostle ability says that we can commission him to discern 1 trouble in any church. So we're going to discern what this trouble is right now. This one says murder. Each troubles phase, kill 1 member with the highest recovery value. The member with the lowest faith returns to the world. Ouch. All right, so in order to get rid of this, we have to intercede for that trouble, and we have to meet it with at least, no, it might be more. Let me see. With a combined strength of up to either your combined, strength of up to either your combined. Okay, so it has to meet or exceed the value of this. So, for example, if I commissioned the synagogue leader, which has a wisdom of 5, and the builder, which has a wisdom of 1, combined, that's 6, that would beat it. Now, if I went with the prophet, that would be 7, also would beat it. So that's the idea that's going on here and how we battle the different troubles that are out there. Okay? So, other things that's going to happen here, for example, in the next event phase, I'm going to be able to ready my leader. Okay? Then, if you have no leader, you can appoint one. We already talked about that. And then you can also recover leader members to a total of your current, the current health of your church. So if I don't lose any health, I'll be able to, for free, I won't have to take a recovery action to do it next round. I could recover up to 7 recovery of members in my church if I want to. And then the sent members are going to be added to the newcomers of the church. But again, we're not doing sent members because there aren't any other churches. All right, so this was the first thing that I did in my actions phase. It is a talent, so it didn't take one of my 2 actions. So that's going to be done. Now, another thing I'm going to do here is I think what I'll do is I'm going to commission the city clerk, and he's going to allow me to examine the top world of the top card of the world deck. So I look this, turn this over, and it's a cook who is a Jew, and has a resistance of 3. So we know that I need to have, if I'm going to do an outreach action, I need to have, that's going to add up to what I'm going to do. And I'm about to do an action, an outreach action, because that's really the point of the whole thing, right? We also need to do some intercession here as well. So, but I think my first action is going to be now when you send intercession, it can be up to 3 members combined, and you're going to combine their faith or their wisdom. So what I think I'm going to do is we're going to commission the synagogue leader, and then we're also going to commission this builder to have 5, 6. This is an intercession action. And so we're going to intercede for this sin right here, and we're going to take it out. All right, so that has been taken care of because I have a combined total of 6 or more. So that's one of my 2 actions. And these guys are both now kind of used. Now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to exhaust my spinner, and by exhausting my spinner, I can add 6 knowledge, wisdom, or 6 faith to, an intercession action. I could have just used that and not sent, I think I'll do that. I won't send him. I'll just send the builder out to intercede for that murder, and I will exhaust her to add 6 to his total, which makes it 7. Okay? So that's what I've done there. Now what I think we're going to do is we're going to send the prophet. So this guy was exhausted. Well, not exhausted, but commissioned. So I'm going to commission the prophet, the synagogue leader, and the scribe. I'm going to commission these 3 guys. That is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's 9. So that is going to be 9. So now what I can do is I can choose how many cards of these I want to flip over. Up to 5. I can go up to 5. And I think from what I've read, there's an average of 5 resistance on each of these cards. So generally speaking, now we know the first one is only a 3 because we looked at that already. But now I need to determine how many we're going to do. So I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to go with just, gosh, I'm just going to go with 2. Is it going to be 10? This is, okay, what happens here if I fail? If the resistance number is higher than the amount of faith that I've sent on this outreach mission, the cards go away and they get shuffled back into the deck. So we got 1 for free, so that's 1. I was planning on doing 3, so let's just do 2. We're going to flip over 1, which is the cook, and 2. Ooh. Oh, I still didn't make it, did I? Oh, man. Dude, that's 11. Okay, well. The synagogue leader would not have helped. So he really wouldn't have helped either because it would have only made it 10. 8 plus 3 is 11. So 11 to my 9, it means that we were not successful in this outreach mission. So these get shuffled back into the deck. Let's see. Shuffle all reveal cards back into the world. Yep, that's it. And so that happens, but these guys are exhausted. Not exhausted, but they are commissioned. Okay. So that was my 2 actions. I did an intercessory action here, and then I also did a outreach action over here, and that's all I'm gonna do. All right, so during the troubles phase, we're gonna lose 2 health for every face-up trouble. I'm sorry, for every face-down trouble. And then we have to resolve all face-up troubles. We don't have any face-up troubles. And so now we add 1 face-up trouble down into our church. So we're going to do at least 1. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to add 1 face down just like that. And that is the end of the troubles phase. We circle back around to our event phase. All right, so the event phase, we're going to take one of these and flip it over. All right, this is a bad early days. Members arrested, persecution. You cannot use members with a recovery of 4 or higher. Okay, so that means that this guy can't come back, well, can't be used. If we choose to recover them, we can't use them this time. And this stays in effect, I believe. For this entire round. So these won't be able to be used. He can. He will be able to be used. She will be able to be used. And he will be able to be used. Okay. So, all right. So what else happens? We recover our leaders. So he comes back. Now, this says you can't use members, which are over here. I think leaders are different. So we'll do that. Recover leaders 1 clockwise, recover members a total of the current. So I can recover 7. She's useful very much. So that's going to be oh, I'm sorry. Recover. All right. Well, let's see. We're going to go with we're going to recover the scribe. And then we're going to recover the builder as well. And that will be all we do as far as that's concerned. That guy can stay up there. She can stay up there because she's not ready to be used yet. All right. So that comes over there. And that's the end of the event phase. Let me see, what did I do? I did 3, 6. I don't have a 1 out here anywhere. So that kind of stinks, but it is what it is. All right, I'm going to click James. That's going to help us see this. Selfishness. Each troubles phase, add an additional face down trouble. So if this one is still out here during our troubles phase, we're not going to flip over just 1, but we're going to flip over 2, which is bad because it's bad. That's just more trouble. All right. So that's that. Now I need to do, let's see, do we want to just go ahead and go in with... Man, I got to get some... You know what? I didn't need to do that because I can discern 1 trouble for free each round. So we just did that because of this. So that gives me a little bit more firepower. Let's go with 8, 6, 10. All right, so we're going to send James the Just, which is a 3, the Scribe, which is a 3, and the builder, which is a 4, on another outreach. So that's 10. Talent text. All right, so that's 10. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to flip over. We're just going to do 2. 1. Ah, it's a 6. Come on, be a 4 or less. And it's another 6. Oh my goodness gracious me, oh my, I'm so bad at this. Oh. Okay, so the Pharisee and the Exorcist definitely are not open to the gospel right now. Good night in the morning. I need to get better. Okay, so that one's done. All right, and I can't really do anything about that. So my recovery, I'm going to do a recovery action for my second church action, and that allows me to recover up to 10 recovery. So we're going to click this one down, 1. That's 2, 5, which allows me to pull this up, and we'll do 9 altogether. So that's up to 10. I don't have any 1s again, so these people stay up here, and these people come up here as well. So all these folks up here are not able to be used. These are the people that are, these are busies, and this person isn't busy. All right, so selfishness is still around. So we go to our troubles phase. We lose 2 for every face down trouble, so that's not happening. And then we were going to resolve all face up, which it will happen in the next one, which is add 1 face down. So we add 1 face down, and then because of the selfishness, we add another one. All right. So now we go to the next event. And powerful allies. Recovery cost of all members is reduced by 1. All right, so that's pretty cool. So now I can automatically recover my leader, and then I have up to my church's health, so I get 7 more, but all of them are reduced by 1. So this is 2, 4, 7, and 1. Oh boy. So that would be 1, 4, 5, 6. Or, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 1, 4, 5, 6, like this. Yeah. And then we will now go into our actions phase. So, action phase, we have 2 guys out here. Now, we get to discern 1 trouble for free each round. So, we're going to go ahead and do that. Boom. So, selfishness and pride. Ugh. You may only use 1 member per action. Oh, my goodness. And then we're going to commission James to discern what this one is. So, ooh, spiritual. Spirit of confusion. Members cannot use their talents. Oh. All right, now that brings in this activity card that I've been holding over here that I got at the beginning of the game for free. And we're going to get more activity cards by going through this deck. But this one says that we can remove up to 2 spiritual troubles. And this is a spiritual trouble. These 2 are sin troubles. So I could use this card. Actually, I'm going to, I think, because I was planning on using the builder's talent to recover him, and that would be good. So I think we're going to go ahead and use this deliverance card to get rid of that spirit of confusion. So that I can, and that was a free action, doesn't cost as one of my actions. I'm going to commission this guy to recover, or rather make ready somebody that has a recovery of 4 or less. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I still have this out here. It says I can only use 1 member per action. So, and I need to spend 3 or more on him. 3 or more. Well, I guess for my first action, I'm going to commission this scribe to intercede for this pride of sin here, because he has a wisdom of 3 and it takes a wisdom of 3. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. So that's my first action, to intercede for that sin. And then we're going to try another outreach. And so now we're going to use the spinner to add 6. Oh, that's an intercession prayer. Intercession action. All right, we're going to exhaust the slave here, and he adds 1 to the numerical value of 1 member's talent. So, oh, of 1 member's talent. So that would be by 2 for every, But if that would leave me with just 4, 5, 6, 7. That's no bueno. Let's try it. All right, we're going to commission him, and that's going to give us -2 for to the resistance of every Jew for my next outreach. So, and then these 3 are going to go on this outreach together: the city clerk, the spinner, and the prophet. So that is a combined total of 7. And we're just going to go with 2. Golly. So the first one, oh, it's an activity. This has a resistance of 0. It just comes into your hand, and it's something that we can do. Baptism says people 1 through outreach this round, join your church immediately. You have to play that in order for that to happen. And then the second one is a 2. So a Nazarite, he is going to join the church, and actually he's really cool. And his resistance is actually 0 because of our synagogue leader's ability. So he's going to come in over here to the incoming phase, and that was a successful thing. But what we have to do is now we have to, because when we have new members come into our church, they bring their troubles and their problems with us, or rather with them. And I think it's to a factor of 6. Let me double check here. Where is it? New members bring their troubles with them for every 6 combined to draw 1 face down. So that's only a 2, so we actually don't have to draw 1 right now because he was relatively not much trouble at all. All right, so that is the end of that's the end of the round, and I don't have any people out here that I can everybody's exhausted or commissioned. So everybody's working hard. So we go into our troubles phase. Lose 2 for every face down trouble. There are none. Resolve all face up troubles. We're about to do that by adding 1 and 2. Here, that's the end. Now we go over and draw another event. Hey, it's another good one. Peace in the West. Encourage 3 members, gain 1 action in Greece and Italy. Am I in Greece? Yeah! So I get 3 actions next, or rather this round, not just 2. And I can encourage 3 members that have a recovery cost of 5 or less. And encouraging members, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. So encourage 3 members of up to 5. So I can do 1, 2, and 3, the scribe. Just a moment, my son is here. What's up? Hold on for a second. Apparently he is doing something else and he can't hear me. All right, but that's pretty cool. I was able to do that. Now, I get to do a total of 7. So, I think we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, like that. And then these 2 guys are not able to be used this round. But because of this, and because I'm in Greece, I get to do 3 actions this turn instead of, oh, this guy comes back as well, instead of just 2. So that's pretty cool. All right. So I get to discern 1 trouble for free. Let's see what this one is. Demonic possession. Immediately attach to the lowest faith and exhaust that character until it's removed. And every troubles phase, we're going to lose 1 health. So the lowest faith is, well, it's the city clerk. I think if it's tied, city clerk or the slave, I think if it's tied, then I get to choose. Pretty sure I get to choose, but James the Just or just James? James the Just. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this guy to the city clerk, and that's going to exhaust him. And as long as that demonic possession is on him, we're going to lose 1 health. So we need to intercede for that spiritual thing. Use that. Man, I could have got rid of both of them. All right, so that was this one for free, and then I'm going to tap James the Just for this one as well. Gossip. Man, each troubles phase, you lose an additional thing for every face down trouble. All right, well, because of this combination, we haven't had a whole lot of face down trouble, so that's not too huge right now. But if we start getting some face down troubles that we can't handle, then we're going to be in a little bit of problem here. All right, well, goodness gracious. Hold on for a second. I'm going to try to get my son down here to see what he needed. All right, there we go. So he's gone. All right. Okay, I got 3 actions this turn, which is kind of important. Man, 5 faith. That's necessary. Okay. And the spinner is still here, so I would still have to commission somebody to go out there. All right. I'm going to exhaust the spinner, and I'm going to add 6 faith to the next intercession action. I'm going to have the synagogue leader commission and intercede for this demonic possession, which is going to be 6 plus 2, which is 8, which is more than enough. But I'm pretty sure he stays that way, because we don't want that to go into our troubles phase. But I think he stays exhausted. We have to, let's put this one down here as more like so. Okay, so that's one action. Second action is going to be to commission these 3 to go on an outreach mission, which is going to be 8, 9, 10, 11. We're just going to pull 2 and hope that we get it. So 1, that's 3. I think we'll be good. Oh, I forgot. This guy comes in. Dang it. Forgot to do that. That's okay. Well, that's a mess. That's a mistake. 1 and 2. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8. We had 11. So this is good because it's successful. But we do have to add a face-up trouble card because we have more than 6. And it didn't get all the way up to 12, so we didn't have to put 2 out. But both of these guys, a Herodian, intercede as a 4th member. That's cool. And then a farmer, we can commission him to encourage 1 member, which basically just means you can recover them. But these guys go over here and they'll come out later. Discernment. For every 2, turn over 1 of your face-down troubles. All right. So my third action, okay, these are all spent. My third action, oh, I did that the wrong way, didn't I? My third action, we're going to send him out to intercede for this person because we don't want to lose 2 for that 1. So we're going to send him out and intercede, which with a 3, and for, I'm sorry, not intercede, but discern. And for 3, for every 2, we can turn over 1 of our face-down troubles. So we're going to turn this guy over, see what happened. Oh, leader flogged. Persecution. Exhaust 1 leader, and then discard this trouble. Ouch. That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, well, oh, wait, I'm going to play this. People won through outreach this round. Join your church immediately. I don't need to do it. We'll wait. We'll wait. But, okay, that was that. So now we go to a troubles phase. We don't have any face up, so we don't lose any health, and we don't do that. But now we have to do this. Each trouble phase, you lose 1 additional per face down trouble. So that doesn't happen. So we add 1, and because of this card's selfishness, we add a 2nd. Jeez Louise. All right. Event phase. I've got 3 more rounds. Doesn't look like this is going to happen. But, oh, it's another good one. Later years. Roman intervention. Discard all conflict troubles throughout this round. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Which basically means that we would have just, if this would have come out last round, we would have just discarded that and it wouldn't have happened. Okay. Well, I guess that's okay. That's neat. All right. So we're going to recover this, but that means he's still not ready. We get to do up to 7 of the guys that are out here. These people come in. Up to 7. So we're going to do 4, 5, 6, 7. And that puts us into our action phase. So action phase, we're going to go ahead and discern one trouble for free. Turn this over. Hey, heresy, it's a conflict. And we can discard all conflicts. So that's cool. Woof, that was a 9 wisdom. Ouch. And we got to wait to do that one. Maybe we'll do discernment. Now I'm back to just 2 right now. 2 actions, that is. So I think what we're going to do is, intercede as a 4th member. Oh, that might be good. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't really need a 4th member as an intercession, though. That to encourage one member, encourage one member. Okay, I think we're going to use the farmer. We're going to commission him to encourage one member of 5 or higher. I'm sorry, 5 or lower. And we're going to encourage the synagogue leader to come on back. And then we're going to then use the synagogue leader again to reduce the level of the resistance level of Jews by 1 each. So we're going to do that. Then my first church action is going to be to go on an outreach. So I'm going to use 4, 8, 13. I'm sorry, 4, 8, 3, 11. And we're going to draw, oh, geez, how many cards are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No way. Let's go with 3. We're going to do 3. And Jews are -1 for resistance. So that doesn't count as anything. This comes over here. New opportunity, retrieve 1 activity from your discard pile. That's cool. That's 1. 2, it's a 6, goldsmith. And the third one is a 6. Crud. Crud, 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 crud. That's 12. And I have 11. Oh, but wait. Oh, and neither of them are Jews. Ah! Oy vey. Oy vey. Why? I just needed one of you to be a Jew. My goodness gracious. I was going to use this one too. Well, that is that. And this comes back. Well, that was not very useful. And okay, so I need to get some of these people back and going. So I'm going to, I've got 10. So let's go with 4, 8, and 10. So I've got these 3 available now. And those are still not available. That was my second. That was my recovery. And now, because of this card, we go into our troubles phase. And we're going to discard 1 additional. So we have to lose 1 and 2. Just like that. because of that 1, because of this card. And now we have to put down 2 more, which the troubles are piling up here. 1 and 2. Now, we're going to, in the events phase, we're going to turn over another event. This is a bad one. Severe persecution. Kill 1 in 4 members, starting with even resistance numbers. 1 in 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have to kill 2, and they have to be even resistance numbers. Ouch. Those are my big dogs. All right, so the spinner and the sleeve are done. 1 and 4. Ow-wee. Okay. This comes back. I can recover 5. Oh, that means I can only get 1 of these because they're all 3s. I just got rid of the 2s. Oy, oy, oy. I think we're going to need to do an intercession this time. So we're going to do that guy right there. All right. So we're going to use James the Just to discern this one. Spirit of disruption, immediate. You cannot use activities in the troubles phase. Lose 1. Erg. All right, we get 1 for free, so we'll turn this one over. Sloth. You have 1 fewer actions per round. Oh man, this is not looking pretty, people. Is that 1 and 4 that have even resistance, or 1 and 4 total, but they must have even resistance? It says kill 1 in 4 members, starting with. So I'm feeling like you have to kill 1 in 4 members, starting with even resistance levels, or resistance levels. Hold on, timeout. That was a 2. That was a 3. So he can't be done because he has a 3 resistance level. That's a 2. There's a 4. There's a 2 there. A 3, a 4, 5, 4, 5. Wow. Oh man, the Nazarite is so good, so good. We're gonna get rid of the scribe though, dude. He is so good. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So what I think, it says kill 1 in 4 members, and then we have to start with even numbered dudes. So if you have even numbered dudes, you have to kill 1 in 4 from them first. Then you can use odd numbers. So if you only had 1 even numbered resistance person, you'd have to kill them, and then you could choose whoever else. I'm pretty sure that's how that reads. But that's a good question. All right. So intercession really kind of needs to happen. This is our second to last round. I don't think we're going to win, but I don't want the church to to die either. We can't use activity cards this round, I think, because of Spirit of Disruption. So if we can get rid of that, then I would be able to use some of this stuff. I really wanted to get that back, and that way I could just get rid of it, but my goodness. All right. Let's see. Intercession up to 3 minutes. Discard your face-up troubles with a combined strength of up to either your combined or that. Okay, so it's do 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 do. All right. All right, so I did that for that one, and I did this one for this one. So we have one out there still, and we have one fewer actions right now, which means we only have one action. Ooh. All right, well, here's what we're going to do. We are going to intercede, and we're going to intercede with just these two. The Prophet and the Herodian are going to intercede. They have 3, 4, so that's 7. So I can get rid of the Spirit of Disruption and Selfishness, because it's up to, equal to, or above the thing that's out there. So these guys prayed for that. That's the only action I can do. So I'm done. So now I have to lose an additional. So 1, 2 for that one. But I don't have to flip over 2 anymore because I got rid of that selfishness. So we only have to put out 1 more here now. So we'll be able to get caught up on that one next turn. And that's the end of my troubles phase. So now the last event comes out, and it's a bad one. Great Famine. Great Famine says you cannot use the recovery action. Well, duty shoots. All right, so that comes back. We can get 7 back from, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it's not. It's only 3. Poop. So I'll just do the Nazarite. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. All right. Use him to discern this. Judgmentalism. You cannot discern more than 1 trouble at a time. And then this one will be to flip this one over. Conflict. That card's gone now, so only 1 member can be used for outreach actions. Well, and I can only have 1 action. Oh, no! All right, well, this has not gone well, people. We have gotten our butts kicked. Well, geez Louise. So, okay, I only have 1 action. I cannot discern more than 1 trouble at a time. Only 1 member can be used for outreach actions, so that's bad. And these aren't really helping me that much right now. I mean, okay, I'm going to use this activity to draw that activity. That's all I can do. So now I can remove up to 2 spiritual troubles. I don't have any spiritual troubles. People 1 through outreach this round, join your church immediately. Yeah, this is bad. So, yeah, it's not going to help. Boom, boom, boom. Well, I'm not going to lose any more health at least, but let's see what we can do. I'm going to do the Nazarite And we've got 1, 2, 3. There's only 4 in here, so we're doing him for an outreach. We can only use 1, so it's a 4. So hopefully this isn't a 4 resistance. It's a 3! Yay! So we have a musician coming in. And we're going to use baptism, and this musician becomes... I didn't use prayer at all. I didn't get any blessings. That's probably the problem here. But I don't have any more actions to do. So I'm finito. So at this point, we would add one more trouble. I don't lose anything here because I didn't have any face down trouble to lose. Cannot discern more than one trouble at a time. Yep, obeyed all those rules. And because I can't draw another one, I lost. When the bad things go on the roll, it really does sink you. Yep, that's about right. Just like in real life, that is correct as well. I fell into the trap though, didn't I? Because my church was so healthy, I didn't pray, which means that I didn't get any blessings. I could have gotten healthier by getting more hit points if I would have just prayed. I didn't get any blessings because I didn't pray. These blessings can be pretty helpful. Word of knowledge, discern one face down trouble. So I could have been doing that with 2 people instead of just 1. Divine inspiration, play now. Each church may make ready their leaders and take 1 plus extra bonus action this round. So intercede to remove 2 sin troubles. Gain 3 for all actions this round. Encourage 1 exhausted member. This member's recovery is reduced to 2. What? That would have been very useful. Examine the final 2 events or 3 other cards. So again, these are all kind of cards that are very useful. And the cool thing I like about these is that they all have different scriptures on them. They all have different scripture verses on them. So that's pretty cool. Only the bottom of the card is in game. This is just the Word of God. So that's cool. I really enjoy this game, and I think it's interesting. I remember now when I played it with the designers on Tabletop Simulator, I did see how it was difficult. You had to be able to use... I didn't use a lot of my members' special abilities a lot. I could have used them more, and I don't know. I think I did what I could, but at the same time, it was difficult. He never recovered from that possession because at 3, it's hard to get rid of that stuff. But I really do enjoy this game. I think the artwork's good. It's got good linen finish cards. I backed it, so I don't... This is one of the games that I bought. I'm not, necessarily... I mean, I probably am going to give it a review, but I mean, I liked it enough to buy it, right? So there's that. Rulebook is really short. There's a link in the description below that will send you to Word for Word Bible Comics website, which is where you can purchase these. I don't know. I read somewhere, I think, that they were going to be available for sale in November, but they might be up there, and it is a British company, so they're over in the UK. Well, didn't pray. What kind of church are you running? I know, right, Matthew? I know, that's exactly what happened. We were so busy doing stuff that we forgot to pray. That is exactly what happened. And yeah, that's one of the things, man. It's like, one of the coolest things about the game is that it really does kind of feel very thematic in that sense. Like, praying and getting God's blessing is something that you could overlook. You could easily overlook. And you probably should have done it. So let me just say that the way you do prayers is you can choose up to 3 members, and the church gains +1 for the first member, and either +1 health or 1 blessing card for each additional member. So if I used these 3 people at that, if I was able to, if I would have used these 3 people at the end, I would have been able to get, maybe 1 health and 2 blessing cards. What would the blessing cards have been? Miracle, play from hand, resurrect 1 member who died in this or a previous round. Or divine touch. Miracle, play from hand. If you outreach successfully, draw an extra world card with no extra trouble. That would have been cool as well. See? Stupid. No praying people, dummies. What can I say? I failed. I was ready for the next 2 spiritual troubles to come up, though. So there you have that. But that's basically the game. Let me, the events that we used. Where are they? I think they're in here. No, these are the rest of those. All right, so here are the rest of the events. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, let me just see here. Hold on. Later years 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so there are 9 event cards for each one, for each level. Good early years, bad early years, good late years, good or bad late years. So there's 9 of each level, which means that and you're only going to be using 2 each round, or rather each game. So that's pretty cool. The world deck, just trying to explain different things to you. So what you do for the world deck is you're going to be adding 12 people and 4 activities for each player. So in a single player game, there was 12 and 4. In a so 16 cards altogether. In a 2-player game, there's going to be 32 cards. And so forth and so on. So that's how the game scales. A lot of the stuff can be done simultaneously throughout the course of the game. And each of you are going to be drawing the trouble cards for your own specific churches. Technically, the playmat that I have here, only one person can actually use it. So if you wanted to have, if everybody, you would have to buy 4 of these playmats. I don't know if that's financially feasible. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it's a neat game, and it's a thematic game, and I enjoy it. I think it's neat. There are all of the different churches will have their own leader. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different leaders. So that gives you a choice of, you could deal out 3 each, and everybody would have their own choice. There are player aids for everybody, church actions on one side, round order on the other. And then if you didn't have this board, this playmat, this is what you would track your the health of your church on. You would basically just put the you would put the location card underneath. So it would basically start at 7, and then for everything that you click down like so. So I really enjoy it. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 locations that you can use. They have a challenging side. Then they also have a standard side. So there's a little bit of difficulty that you could add to it. In the troubles phase, lose 1 additional health for your church per face down trouble. So we were using, that was Berea. We were using the standard side, or the easy mode, I guess you could say. There's Antioch of Syria, Antioch of Pisidia, Athens, Caesarea, Corinth, Damascus, Ephesus, Jerusalem, Philippi, Rome, Thessalonica. Those are the different places, and all of those are double-sided. So easy on one side, difficult on the other. That's about that. Not a whole lot else that I can talk about as far as the game is concerned. I want to play it some more. I want to teach Jess how to play it, and then I think after that and a couple more solo games, I'm going to be ready to give it a review. But you know, I already like it because I bought it, and I don't have any remorse from buying it either. So there's that. Yep, only had one more activity. No, I had two activity cards. I should have drawn 2, but it doesn't matter. So that comes out, and that comes out. Oh, I started with 1. 4 went in the deck, and I started with 1. That's 5. I miscounted. Dumb. So there was an exorcist, a Pharisee, a military officer, a cook, an entrepreneur, a goldsmith. We saw those, and then a doctor. So of the ones that were left, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. 17, 20, 34, 40. 40 divided by 7. It was over 5. So it was a higher average than 5 for everything that was left. So I had a rough go. But again, that's kind of randomly determined at the beginning of the game. You shuffle all of the member cards together, and then you deal out 12 per player into the deck. So it's all kind of randomly determined. I mean, unless you're playing with a full player account. In that case, you're just using all the cards. That is the Great Commission strategic card game. So I'm out. Thanks for joining me. I certainly appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. Come on back tomorrow. We are going to have a solo mode. I am either going to play finished. I'm going to have to convince myself to do that. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like finished. I'm either going to play finished from Friedman Freeze and Stronghold Games, or something else. Don't really know yet. I'm still kind of reeling from yesterday, but we're good. We're good. You're welcome, Daniel. Thank you for being here, y'all. I appreciate you. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Come on back tomorrow for another solo game. We'll see you then. Take care.